You crazy? I don't give a fuck you think they play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up. I don't play no motherfucking games.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
It was never meant to get this hot. When Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford had their first legal face-off backstage, a real clash broke out between two top fighters of their era, and security had to jump in fast to settle the scene. No one truly knows what they said, but one thing was clear to everyone: this was not a friendly promotional moment. Ego met glory and legacy met legacy in a way boxing had not witnessed in a long time. Even after they finally sat face to face, nothing cooled down. It actually grew more tense. The lights came on, and even though both men tried to stay steady, Floyd's eyes showed everything. He was not there to pose. He was not smiling. He was not playing a role he built over 20 years. Crawford stayed calm, steady, and sharp, yet it was clear he was prepared for anything Floyd planned.
This kid said he'd been training every day for years, every day in boxing. I'm somewhere in Aruba, in the Bahamas, in Dubai. I'm traveling the world on my jet.
The talk started in a normal way with agreements talks and a bit of back and forth about who should get what, but everything shifted the moment the question of who is the best of this age came up. Crawford lifted his chin, and Floyd grew even tenser. For the first time in years, you could see real anger on Floyd's face. He is in this fight not because Crawford disrespected him, but because he knows deep down why this is happening. Everyone knows it started when Canelo Alvarez said Crawford was better than Floyd.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
The internet exploded after one simple message. Crawford beats Canelo. Crawford becomes the face of the sport. Suddenly fans begin saying things Floyd never let anyone say before. Someone might have passed Mayweather.
Who's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
That is what triggers everything. It is the one button people never press with Floyd. He is 47, and now he is stepping in against the most dangerous fighter alive, all because of this.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is one of the biggest egos in the sport, so much so that he could not find a way to give Muhammad Ali credit as being a top 5 fighter and claimed that Roberto Duran sits above Muhammad Ali, right? Why? Because Floyd wants to be better than Muhammad Ali. He completely redid his image when he became Money Mayweather to pretty much copy from calling himself the GOAT, calling himself TBE, right? Whole thing. Very disrespectful of Muhammad Ali when he was coming up, when after Floyd Mayweather Jr. wound up being at the top of the sport. So now that Terence Crawford has firmly placed himself at the top of boxing, and not just as the pound for pound fighter right now, many people are saying, hey, shouldn't he be considered one of the greatest fighters of all time?
After the fight, there was a press talk, and things kept getting worse. Floyd did not talk non-stop like he used to in old press talks. This time he was serious and focused. He was not trying to be funny. He spoke about legacy. He wants this fight because he will not let anyone take his place.
I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
the greatest of all time.
Okay.
From the other side, Crawford looks at Floyd like he is just another name to cross off. Not angry and not worried. This is not the same as his other fights. He already has more wins than Errol Spence. He already beat Canelo. He already proved every doubter wrong. Does he need Floyd? Not at all. But he does want Floyd.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
People asked Crawford for years early in his career if he could beat Mayweather, and he always dodged it. He never gave a clear answer, and he never pushed the topic that was all in the past.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. And Mr. Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No. No.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your...
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Crawford says today he could beat Floyd even when Floyd was at his best, and that alone was enough to ignite the whole feud.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
Yes, no. You could see Floyd getting angry while the reporters spoke. It wasn't about what Crawford said on stage, but what he represents. And the new king that Crawford has become is now the best fighter alive. Floyd does not like that.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number 1, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd generation to this generation to get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The news began covering Floyd's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson. No one is treating it like a serious fight. They are just having fun in exchange for a big payday and to touch gloves.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun. We're going to throw a few punches. Like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
You cannot ignore the fact that it is Mike Tyson. Also remember that Tyson hates Floyd, and if he gets upset or angry, this event could turn dangerous.
Every time boxing come on, you don't bring up Muhammad Ali name. You don't bring up Mike Tyson name. You always bring up Floyd Mayweather name.
Unless we're talking about Floyd. And listen, we all gotta believe we're the greatest of all times, right? We all gotta believe that, but we all know Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all times.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life, any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather. So if any other fighting over here.
But here's the thing. Crawford matters far more than that fight. Everyone can see Floyd's mood shift the moment Crawford's name is mentioned. He is no longer Money Mayweather the showman. Suddenly, he becomes Floyd Mayweather Jr. the boxer with 50 wins who has been eager to get back in the ring. Floyd knows that beating Crawford at his age would settle everything forever, and Crawford knows that defeating Floyd even as he gets older would still be one of the biggest moments in the sport. This is not just business. Floyd knows Crawford is truly exceptional.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
Many people believed Crawford would step back after his fight with Canelo. They thought he had nothing left to prove. He was already the best in his weight class. No one expected him to beat a bigger opponent, yet he did. His influence in the sport was already complete.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought it.
But Crawford made the hard choice. He wants Floyd because he wants to settle the debate once and for all. Fans shouldn't say, he's great, but he never fought Floyd. He won't allow that. He wants to end it by taking on the man who dominated boxing for 20 years.
Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
On top of that, Crawford is a true competitor, one of the last real rivals in boxing. He doesn't look for easy fights. He wants the tough ones. Those challenges put him at risk, and he is taking that risk. Some people ask, why fight an older Floyd? Why not face Boots Ennis instead? And they're not entirely wrong.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
Boxing fans and experts have long said that Boots is the best matchup for Crawford because his style mirrors Crawford's. He switches stances, is explosive, complex, and always dangerous. Their skills balance each other out. They are both switch hitters, strong, and highly skilled.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body. So his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with Crawford.
It isn't just fan talk. Every time Boots meets Crawford, he challenges him, saying he wants the fight. He wants the test against the man considered the best of this era. But whenever someone asks Crawford about it, he shuts it down immediately, saying he isn't interested and that fight doesn't benefit him.
Right now in my career, a lot of people like boost this, boost that, boost this. Fighting Boots is a lose-lose situation. I win, they're gonna say, "Oh well, he was young, he wasn't ready." He was talented, he was skillful, but you got the experience over him. You got, so much more than this kid that never been tested before. Because we always seen him win and fly in color, a fashionate way, to where we say, "Oh man, he's cold, he's skillful," but he's never been in the ring with nobody to test him. So me fighting Boots will be like, okay, well, you beat Boots. It's not a mega fight. It's going to sell a little bit because of your name and what you.
Talk of a fight with Boots hasn't died down, and it grows louder the more Crawford avoids it. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is another name in the mix. After putting on a great performance, Virgil immediately called out Crawford, drawing big attention from Oscar de la Hoya, who called it the biggest fight at 154. A top fighter facing a major star. Fans want that matchup. But the reality is Crawford has already beaten Spence and Canelo and doesn't need Ortiz. He's fighting for historical significance, not just to win. People will say it's a good fight if he faces Boots or Ortiz, but they'll talk about it for decades if he faces Floyd.
Fight that makes a whole lot of sense, and the fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
It's wild because, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
This is where it gets interesting. Floyd isn't as big as Terence Crawford. Crawford has more power, he's younger, and he's more active now. Beating Floyd isn't just about taking hits. Crawford could take control from the start. Floyd, on the other hand, could turn it into a defensive masterclass, which would frustrate the younger fighter. At the press event, Floyd talked about legacy, money, and respect, while Crawford focused on competition, challenges, and proving himself. That's all for today's show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Leave a comment with your thoughts, and we'll see you next time.